Hello and welcome to this lesson, PineScript Strategy Tester Overview. This lesson consists of following sections: Introduction to PineScript Strategy Tester, Overview of Strategy Tester sections. This section consists of 4 other subsections: Overview, Performance Summary, List of Trades, and Properties. All these are sections of the Strategy Tester, or tabs. Overview tab consists of 2 other subsections: Equity Graph Statistics and Main Performance Statistics. And in the last section of this lesson, we are going to summarize Strategy Tester usage. So, let's begin. The Strategy Tester module is accessible for all scripts declared using strategy function. Users can conveniently access this module from the Strategy Tester tab beneath their charts. Here they can visualize their strategies and analyze hypothetical performance result. So first you load the strategy to the chart, and after that you can click on the Strategy Tester to get loaded strategy statistics or metrics. This strategy tester has 4 tabs or 4 sections. First section is Overview, second Performance Summary, third List of Trades, and fourth Properties. All these sections have different type of metrics, and we are going to overview all these metrics one by one. Now let's study Overview tab of the Strategy Tester. The Overview tab within the Strategy Tester offers fundamental performance metrics along with the equity and drawdown curves spanning a simulated series of trades. This allows us to quickly assess strategy performance without delving into details. The chart in this section illustrates the strategy's equity curve and the buy and hold equity curve as a line plots, and the drawdown curve as a histogram plot. As you see, equity curve is toggled in, and equity curve has a green color. We can toggle in also buy and hold equity curve, which has a blue line. And also we can toggle in the drawdown, which is a histogram. Users have the flexibility to toggle these plots and scale them as either absolute values or percentages using the provided options beneath the chart. So you can toggle between absolute and percentages values. When you toggle, the label on the vertical axis change from absolute to percentage. So let's overview the strategy main backtest performance statistics displayed at the top of the tab. So all these the main performance statistics. So let's review each one of them, and I will explain what these specific performance statistics mean. So first we have net profit. It is overall net profit or loss achieved by the strategy. The higher this value, the better strategy performs. Net profit, as you see, we have in the current currency, US dollars, and as a percentage as well. Next metric is total closed trades. It's a number of closed trades. Usually, the greater number of trades makes the performance statistics more valid. Next metric is percent profitable. The percentage of winning trades for the current strategy. The higher this value, the better. Next metric is profit factor. This is the strategy gross profits divided by the strategy gross losses. The greater the value, the better. I recommend the value at least more than 2 to consider the strategy is acceptable to trade. Next metric is max drawdown. This is the greatest strategy loss compared to its highest profit. The less this metric, the better. Next metric is average trade. This is the strategy net profit divided by the number of closed trades. And the final main strategy metric is average number of bars in trades. This is the average number of bars elapsed during trades for all closed trades. So this strategy performance main statistics is very valuable during strategy backtesting and optimizing, as it allows by a quick glance at the metrics to evaluate the strategy performance. Let's review the next strategy tester section, which is performance summary. The performance summary tab within the module offers an extensive overview of a strategy's performance metrics. It showcases 3 columns: one for all trades, second for long trades, and third for short trades only. This setup provides traders with more nuanced insights into the simulated trading performance of the strategy, covering both long, short, and overall trade. Some of the important performance metrics in this list are net profit. Second, buy and hold return, because you're always going to be interested to compare your net profit with buy and hold return. Is it bigger or is it less? Usually, whenever it's less, the strategy could be less attractive, less likely acceptable. And when the net profit of the backtested strategy is higher or even essentially higher than buy and hold, then the strategy basically makes sense to trade this strategy, because you make more profit comparing to if you just bought and held this selected market. Another important parameter is Sharpe ratio. Sharpe ratio is a value. It is a return per unit risk. So basically, it's comparing the return of the strategy compared to the risk taken. The higher Sharpe ratio, the smoother the equity curve. Having a smooth equity curve is an important objective for many traders. Next is average winning and losing trades. Average winning trade and average losing trade, both in dollars and in percent. And also we have a largest winning trade and largest losing trade metrics here. So all these and other metrics of the strategy performance at this step can provide valuable detailed performance characteristics of the strategy that can be utilized when evaluating the strategy. Now let's review the next tab which is called a list of trades of the strategy tester. The Trades List tab offers a detailed examination of the trades simulated by the strategy, presenting crucial details such as date and time of execution, the order type of a trade, entry or exit, the quantity of contracts, could be a quantity, could be number of shares, lots or units traded, and the price used in a trade, and other important trade performance metrics such as cumulative profit run-up and trade drawdown. So in this trade list, we can navigate to the time of a specific trades on their charts by clicking on them in the list. How we do that? For example, we are interested to find on the chart this specific trade, this specific exit. So we just click on this circle symbol, and here we navigated to this specific exit. Now let's, for example, click on another trade. Let's say we want to check this long entry. We click on this circle button, scroll to bar. Here it is. Point on the chart is corresponding point on the chart is selected. Also, by clicking on the trade number here field above the list, we can organize the trades in ascending order, starting from the first, or descending order, starting from the last. So we can resort by the trade number, all these trades in this list of trades. And let's review finally the last section of Strategy Tester, which is Properties tab. So the Properties tab furnishes in-depth details regarding a strategy's setup and the dataset it operates on. It contains the strategy's date range, this section. Second, the symbol information. Third, the strategy input. And finally, the strategy properties. So let's review in details each of these property groups. First, date range. Date range includes the range of dates with simulated trades and the total available backtesting range. Trading range and backtesting range. Second group of metrics, group of parameters. Symbol info contains symbol properties such as symbol name, the chart's time frame and type, the tick size and the point value for the chart, and the base currency. The next group of parameters is strategy inputs. It outlines the parameters used in the strategy script available in the input tab of the script's setting. So we can access input tab in the strategy configuration, and we can see that all these parameters are available to view here in the strategy input group of the parameters in the properties tab. And the last group of parameters is strategy properties. It provides an overview of the configuration of the trading strategy. It includes essential details such as initial capital, base currency, order size, margin, pyramiding, commission, and slippage. Additionally, this section highlights the modification made to the strategy calculation behavior. Overall, this property list contains all important strategy and backtest related settings that can be viewed and checked during strategy testing. Summarizing this lesson, we overviewed this TradingView strategy tester by analyzing content of the all strategy tester section. Powered by these valuable strategy metrics, we can evaluate the strategy and analyze in depth its performance. That will help us to backtest and optimize the Pine script strategy. This is the end of the lesson, and I will see you in the next one.